I saw a video. It was a short that popped up that basically boiled down to never jump in 5th edition D&D.
Never jump.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the rules for 5e for fall damage is every 10 feet of falling you do, you take 1d6 of damage.
Okay.
So if you jump up 20 feet and then fall down that 20 feet, you're going to take 2d6.
Yeah. Duh.
I'm reading into the rules and seeing what people say.
And I'm like, well, it was just like that. 3-5 too.
Well, and also don't be dumb. Like if you're gonna jump, if you're jumping up, it's to reach something. So logically, you're not gonna immediately fall back down that same amount.
Right.
But maybe you jump up 20 feet and the ledge above you was only 10 feet, so you end up falling 10 feet. So you take a d6.
Well, except that by
right up you can't. Yeah.
No, not even that. Just by, I don't know if it's raw or actually no. I think by raw, you can choose how far to jump. So just because you can jump 20 feet doesn't mean you have to,
Yeah. And yeah, don't get me wrong, like for the most part I don't think it will matter. I don't think it'll actually come up to be a problem.
Oh no, here's the thing. I walked into playing Bunny Man with an understanding that falling damage will suck if I do that.
Okay. But I also wanted to look into it for myself because I was not thinking, hey, if this dude jumps up to try and make his basket and the basket is 10, 15 feet off the ground and he comes back down, that he's going to take a d6 of falling damage. I wasn't thinking that was going to happen.
My question, why is the basket 15 feet up?
What's a standard basket at?
Not even.
How tall?
Maybe 10. Maybe 10.
What height is a basketball hoop at? It is at exactly 10 feet. So standard is 10 feet high, meaning that, if you'd only need to jump, if you're a 5-foot person, you need to jump 5 feet to...
No. You understand, Isaac, let me finish. That means you have to get your feet up to the level of that hoop to take a d6 of damage.
No, so
nobody jumps that high.
Not in real life, not without some help. No, but what I was saying is, to make that hoop, you only need to jump 5 feet because the height is where your feet are.
Yeah.
If you jump up 10 feet, it's your feet went up 10 feet.
Right. So no, you can slam dunk in a regulation basketball court in D&D and not take fall damage. Because,
That's it. You're playing basketball against giants. So they're all 10 feet, so they have a 20-foot tall hoop.
Why are you playing basketball with giants?
Why are you playing basketball in D&D? Like, what?
That wasn't gonna... I figured giants was this question to start with and then work down to the D&D question.
But I still wanted to look into it because there was... So, like, the big question that people seem to be referencing is this here. I have a multi-class monk druid, 2 levels of monk. He cast Jump on himself, wild-shaped into a brown bear, activated Step of the Wind, then took a high jump with a high of 42 feet.
You can activate monk abilities while in bear mode? Oh, shit.
You can use... Key points, and you can use paladin smites while in rage.
All right. Carry on.
Yeah,
bear jumps 40 feet.
Paladin barbarians are dumb. So our group got into an argument over whether or not he would take 4d6 falling damage after his high jump, and the player's handbook doesn't seem to answer this. My issue with this question is
the entire question is, where did he land?
Yeah. My question there is definitely like, okay, but why did you jump 42 feet in the air? And did you land back in the same square you jumped from? Like, you didn't land higher?
Right? It's like, okay, you jumped 40 feet to get to something. What happened? Did you land in a tree 20 feet up? Did you, jump onto the creature and hang on while it flew away? Did you go to a ledge? What happened?
So let's put an assumption here that he jumped 42 feet in the air to get something off the ceiling. Like there was something hanging from the ceiling, and this was just the easiest way to get it. He jumped straight up, grabbed the thing off the ceiling, and then fell back down.
Landed right back where he started. Okay.
So, would you...
He takes 40 points of fall. He takes 4d6
4d6 of... Okay.
He fell 40 feet, and it's 10 feet per, right?
Yeah, it's 10 feet per...
Or, I mean, a d6 per 10 feet, I should say. Right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay, so he takes 46. That's not hard.
And admittedly, and that's definitely where my the issue in my brain is coming from, because for a height like that, I completely accept that. Like, if you're jumping up 40 feet, you're taking damage when you come back down.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have wings or something to like help you glide down on the way. But like, you know, a 10-foot ledge in D&D is not a uncommon thing to like have the idea of jumping down from.
How many 10-foot ledges have you jumped off in a D&D game?
Most of the D&D games I play in don't have levels to their levels.
What? You don't even have levels to their levels.
There aren't usually different heights in the combat area.
I didn't say in combat. I said, how many 10-foot ledges have you jumped off of?
None. I was playing a wizard last time, and before that I just flew or slid down the wall.
Exactly.
Because I was a monk, so I had slow fall.
Most people don't jump off 10-foot ledges because they have time or it hurt or whatever. They have ways to get around it. Okay. I'd also point out, think of it this way. You remember jumping off the roof and landing on the I want to call it the carpet, the
grass?
The grass. You ever done that, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but several times that hurt my feet. And if you landed wrong, it really hurt.
Here's the thing. Yeah, it gave me some shaky legs, but like I would set that at like that jump was not that jump. Well, I guess if you really biffed it, that could be the 6.
No, if you really biff it, the 6 you die. Because we were like children, you have at most a D4. You have at most 4 points of hit points. I would
believe
say
a commoner has 5 hit points.
They're beefier in 5e than they were in 3.5 then.
No.
But like I would say, having done it enough, and I jacked it. I remember one time I think this is the memory I have, and it sounds so stupid that I feel like I have to have made it up. Then I'm like, but I was a child. I have a memory of jumping off the roof onto one of the garbage cans, and that obviously, because physics didn't support me, so it fell. And this is how I know it ended. I fell straight onto my tailbone onto the ground, which is when I stopped jumping off the roof because that hurt so bad. Like I've done enough like tweaking of ankles and things going off of that roof to go like, yeah, no, I probably took a point of damage at one point in there, once or twice, which is the minimum damage you could take from. Because that's the thing, is like a 10-foot fall is 1d6, so it's from 1 to 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
If this helps you, I'm looking for it to see if I can find, because I had all the calculations on Dad's belt wherever I wrote that. Give me just a second.
I understand what you're saying, and yeah, like, but what I'm saying is every time I jumped off the roof, I would say I took no more than at most 2. But the thing is, sure. 2 is, and so I looked it up in 3.5, the commoner class that came with, I think, the Dragonlance book, it said, had a hit die of a D4.
Okay, so max of 4 hit points because it's gonna have a Constitution of 10, right?
Right. A commoner in 5e does have 4 hit points, but that's because its hit die is 1d8.
Okay, so the average commoner has an average of 4.
The average commoner has an average of 4 hit points.
Keep in mind that we're children, maximum of 4 hit points.
Here's the thing. Children can take a hit better than adults.
Oh, they have child stats in there?
No. I mean in real life.
Well, yes and no.
Children live through.
I would say that children
easier.
have better DR than adults and fewer hit points.
I can agree with that, but 5e doesn't have DR.
Yeah, okay. So children have like resistance to bludgeoning damage specifically. Because not cutting damage, not piercing, but bludgeoning, like...
But they heal faster.
They've got rubbery bones. It doesn't healing faster has nothing to do with how many hit points you have.
It's true, but they do heal faster.
That has nothing to do with how many hit points you have.
The reason I bring the healing faster thing up is because, like, jumping off the roof. I jump off the roof, and I, like, land and go, ugh. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm good.
Okay.
If I did that now, and I know this because I've done, like, bigger falls, it's a...
Oh, God.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here for a minute. You know.
Yeah. You also have to remember that you weigh probably literally 3 times as much as you did in that size.
True.
It's like you have more mass and, well, more mass. You have, more weight and more size.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go on.
No, I was just looking through it to see what everyone's opinion of it was, and I'm very glad that I talked to you about it, because there was absolutely a part of me that's like, I don't want to punish you for jumping, especially when I have entire sections of this, which I just realized, because I completely forgot fall damage was a thing before I saw that short. One of my rooms is dangerous.
The jump room?
Yeah.
Jumping room.
That jumping room is fucking terrifying.
Well, okay, so keeping in mind that fall damage exists, do you remember my first reaction when you showed me the first room?
Yeah, you said that little jump there is death.
I'm like, that little jump there is the most deadly thing in the whole room, because that's a jump that in 5e you can fail. In 3.5 you can fail. In 5e, almost anyone can make that jump without a check, so it's fine.
Right.
So jumping is in general much less deadly in 5e, especially since, as far as I can remember, and I'm trying to look and can't find it, the fall damage is the same in 5e as it was in 3.5. I think it was a d6 per 10 feet in 3.5 as well. So it's much less dangerous in 5e, significantly. But yeah, I did look at that thing and go, it's like, oh yeah, as a jumping character, that room's easy and fun, and as not, there's some challenge to it or whatever. But yeah, I was aware, it's like, all right, a 15-foot drop is kind of dangerous, a 20-foot drop is dangerous. Like, there's a reason pitfall traps exist, and why not all of them have spikes. Like,
yeah. How many hit points did you say you have?
10.
We're level 1.
So you could survive a 20-foot fall. If you took max fall damage. Right, you won't take fall damage. Taryn can jump well enough that he should be fine.
Mm-hmm. And Dad will have at least as many hit points as Sarah.
Right.
But yeah, so it's like, but keep in mind, like, you're talking about that 1d6 being deadly. This conversation is why we were talking yesterday about, not yesterday, the day before, about, like, is Daphne the kind of character who will stand there and, like, charge into battle and be like, brah, all Hulk style? I'm like, no, because I have 13 hit points. Like, right. I have an understanding of, like, as cool as I want to be, I'm not, kind of a deal. I will also point out what I was looking for, that the distance fall damage thing for this specifically. Assuming that you are going to apply maximum fall speed, what's it called? Terminal velocity?
Terminal velocity.
Assuming that you apply terminal velocity to your game, because not everybody does, you max out at 20d6.
That is rules as written.
Okay, well, just letting you know. And what's important about that is, unless this has changed in 5e, that is the equivalent to the amount of damage you take by being submerged in lava. If that puts things in perspective for you.
So now I'm just sitting here deciding if I want to adjust this room.
No, leave it. It's fine. I guarantee Dad's going into the same assumptions I am about falling.
Which is
we
fine.
We have 3.5 baked into our brains.
Which is fine, except that the top floor of this room is 40 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
So if any of you fall off that, except Sarah...
You're talking about the main chasm, right?
Yeah. No. I'm talking about the jump room.
Okay.
Jump room's top floor, the goal is 40 feet.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to get up that without. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
But if you do fall from that, that is 4d6. That at max rolls kills any of you, and the only one immune to fall damage is Sarah.
Yeah. But it doesn't auto kill any. Let's see, at max damage, 46 is 24 points.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's not enough to auto kill me.
But half of it is enough to take you to 1 and kill her.
No. Half of it is enough to drop me, but it's not enough to kill me.
We'd have
Oh, I guess yeah. You need to take 1, and you need to take 50% of your hit points.
I thought it was double your hit points.
In 3.5 it is. I believe in 5e it's only half.
3.5 has a whole different mechanic for that. We don't go into that because it never happens. Death from massive damage is a thing.
I hope you are, but I don't know. You have no idea how paranoid I am about what you are and are not going to do. I have so much available for you guys to be above that, but it's not a guarantee.
You can scale the heights of
Isaac, understand. You are never going. There are going to be brilliant things we think of that you'll never come up with. There are going to be stupid things we do that you're like, why would you ever do that? It's just going to happen.
So if you take damage when you have 0 hit points, you suffer a death saving throw failure.
Okay.
If it's a crit, you suffer 2.
Uh-huh.
And if the damage is equal to or exceeds your hit point maximum when you are at 0, you suffer insta-death.
So none of that answers our question. Okay.
Yes, it does. It means that if you are at max hit points, you have 13.
Yeah.
So if you are at max hit points and you took max damage, you would take 24 points of damage, so it would be 2 hit points away from you insta-dying. Because it's double your hit points.
That is my understanding of the rule, but it's not what it says. So that works for me, but...
Here we go. On page 75, the following instant death rules. Massive damage can kill you instantly. When damage reduces your hit points to 0 and there is damage remaining, you die if the remaining damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum.
Okay, there it is. Because everything you were reading before was if you take damage at 0. I'm like, I'm not at 0, but full in this fake moment we're talking about. But table all of that for another 10 minutes because the train's gone and our audio is now an hour long.
Is it gone?
Oh, now you get louder, No. Oh, by the way, you want to talk about what's really scary about fall damage?
Huh.
When fall damage gets what's scary about fall damage is not the height, it's the speed.
Oh yeah.
So because my world runs off of normal gravity, including terminal velocity, remind me to talk about this when we're done. Oh wait, we still got to get up there, huh?
Yeah, I still have to get all the way over here.
Okay. So when I was making Dad's whole jump belt thing, where'd it go? I looked up into all this, which is why the notes are all on his belt. I had to look up for terminal velocity. How fast do you fall? And and there's a lot of things when it comes to like dropping in a D&D game. There's a certain degree of like how fast can you do a thing, how much time do you have to react, all that kind of jazz.
Right.
Would you care to guess how many feet you fall in a round?
So a round is 6 seconds.
Round is 6 seconds.
At terminal velocity?
No, because so the whole thing about velocity is your speed never changes. It's the inertia behind you.
Oh, okay, so you're always falling at the same rate,
Yeah,
no matter whether you jump off the top of the mountain and get to the bottom, or you're just jumping up to a basketball hoop.
Right, exactly. You fall at the same speed regardless. The question is, how much falling inertia do you have behind you? And at some point, that the air friction cancels that out so that you can't speed up any faster. I said that wrong, but
I'm glad I did this.
Oh, hello, Rando Quest.
I'm gonna guess in 6 seconds. My brain wants to say about 6 feet a second, which would be 12 times 3, which would be 36.
I don't know what numbers you're using, but sure. You're close-ish. You're close. Oh no, you're right. You do speed up. Anyway, it's the way I explained it is right, but you do get faster. You fall 500 feet the first round.
What?
In 6 seconds, you will fall 500 feet if you have nothing to stop you.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And there is speed up, or there is,
according to the math I have here, terminal velocity is somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 feet, something like that. Then that note is somewhere else. But so you fall in the first round, you fall at a rate of 500 feet. In the second round, you fall at a rate of 750 feet, and at the third round, you fall at a rate of 1,000 feet. And after that, you're falling 1,000 feet around.